You guys, welcome back to another video. I am Laphin Hyena, at Laphin, everywhere on every platform. Same name for many years now. Welcome back again. I wanted to talk about something today. This is a little bit of a different video, but I really wanted to talk about this tweet right here. Now, it seems that people have just kind of forgotten what it means to be a fursuiter over the years. You know, because I think, you know, a lot of new generations are getting fursuits and they just don't understand some things. I've worn fursuits for many years. I don't own a fursuit anymore, but I've had two versions of my characters out and about. I've worked at Universal Studios Florida for many years, Halloween Horror Nights as well. Fursuiting, you guys. When you're wearing a fursuit, the ball is in your court when it comes to most social interactions. You have a little bit more of a social power to just walk up to random people, especially at furry conventions, and give them a hug, right? You can just do that and get away with it. It's fine. But as a person out of suit, of course, you wouldn't do that. Now, as a fursuiter, though, you're not entitled to certain interactions that may be, you know, overcrossing a line or overcrossing boundaries. People are going to come up to you and they're going to want to take your picture and they're going to be like, oh, your fursuit's adorable. Can I get a picture? And you're going to say, if you don't speak in your suit, you're just going to nod yes. And then maybe a hug afterwards. And then that's going to be as far as the social interaction goes. And that is normal. That's normal, right? What people are not going to do is walk up to you and tell you, you know, hey, come to this room party later, or ask you really personal questions or odd questions. They're not going to do that because you're more intimidating than they are in a way. You're a little bit, you know, they're not going to cross your boundaries. In some aspects, you're a performer. They're going to respect you. They're going to act cordial around you. They don't want to come across as a weirdo or some desperate person, right? So unless you're desperate, then you're going to go, you know, you might approach a fursuiter and ask them to come to a room party or for sex, or let's just, you know, not even play around with it. That's what a desperate person would do. Most people are going to respect you and be cordial around you, and they're not going to do those kinds of things. That's just the way it is. They don't want to come across as a creeper or some person that's desperate. And it really all just depends on the interaction, right? And the mood. You know, if somebody comes up to you and they're, you know, they have a very extroverted personality, but they seem like a cool person, then yeah, you know, go along with it, talk to them, you know, kind of gauge their personality, their vibes that they're giving out. If they come across as a creeper, you might not want to follow them. But expecting certain interactions like that all the time as a person that has a fursuit, like you're entitled to be invited to room parties, like you're entitled to be asked for whatever the heck it is you want to be asked for, most people aren't going to do that because they'll respect you as a fursuiter. That's just normal, right? So, you know, blaming people for not giving you interactions that you want because you have a fursuit on comes off as entitled. It just is not, that's not it. You know, it's just not, it's not a good expectation to have. As a fursuiter, you hold the ball in your court for the most part when it comes to social interactions. Whoa, Jesus. When it comes to most interactions, you have the ball in your court. Like I said, you can just walk up to people and give them a hug. Now, are you going to walk up to random people and ask them for inappropriate things? Probably not. But I mean, you just have to gauge the mood. Use your brain, have some common sense, be able to evaluate people or the mood or the feeling of the area that you're in and the people that you're around. You know, you have to gauge that. And I know some people can't feel that out very well, but it just boils down to common sense of what you can and can't do when you're not in suit and you're interacting with a fursuiter, or when you're in a suit and you're interacting with people that don't have a suit on, or, you know, even fursuiters that have suits on. Now, obviously, when you're a fursuiter interacting with another fursuiter, things become a little bit more interesting because you're both bouncing around, you're both trying to have fun. You know, you can get huggy or whatever it is, and it's great. And, you know, whatever happens after that happens. But again, you have to be able to just use your common sense use your brain, and just try to flow with those interactions like you would out of suit, even though you have that little bit extra social power there, and just go with the flow. But being entitled and asking for people, expecting and assuming for people to just invite you to a random party and stuff like that, and then kind of throwing people under the bus for something like this tweet, that's not it. That's not good. That doesn't look good, and it's showing that you expect too much as a fursuiter. Don't expect people to do these things. Nobody wants to step out of line. Nobody's going to cross your boundaries, even if you don't have those boundaries there. This is for majority of people. They're not going to do weird things to you to make you feel uncomfortable or like they're out of line, because that's very easy to do in this fandom. So just, calm down and work at having friends organically. Don't expect all these magical things to happen because you bought a $8,000 fursuit. It's just not going to happen. You have to understand that you have the fursuit on, the ball's in your court. People are very less likely to come up to you and step out of line because you're the one with the fursuit on. They want to respect you. And that's normal. That's just the way it is. That's all I wanted to say, you guys. I don't want to repeat myself too many times. You guys have a good one. I'll see you later. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and holy crap, it's beautiful here. This is one of my favorite worlds. If you want to find me anywhere else, I am at Laphin, Laphin, all over the place. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.